teach you about the color wheel in a way that maybe hasn't been done before. And I'm going to use the analogy of a watch. If I go to Target and I buy a watch and the numbers look something like this, I wouldn't be able to tell time, because we tell time by the numbers being in the correct order. However, if I were going to Target and I were to find a watch that looks something like this, I would actually still be able to tell time because the numbers are in the correct order. I would have to reorientate my thinking so that when I tell time, I had to think a little differently. So I could still tell that it's 3 o'clock. I would just have to reorientate how I look at the watch. We're not doing that. But I just want to show you that as long as the numbers stay in the correct order, we can still make it work. We just have to change how we think a little bit. The color wheel is the same way. So what I'd like for you to do is I would like for you to draw a circle on your paper. And we're going to put a 12 at the top, a 6 at the bottom, a 3 to the right, and a 9 to the left. Notice that these are the numbers on a clock. And then we're going to add our numbers in between, keeping them equally spaced. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 10, and 11. So we're going to use this clock as an analogy for the color wheel. Now we have 3 basic colors. And that first basic colors, there's 3 of them, and I bet you can guess what they are. They're called primary colors. And the reason they're called primary colors is they are our number 1 color. Notice the word prime in there. Prime means a number that cannot be divided by a number other than 1 and itself. So it's number 1. Okay? Primary. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to put yellow at number 12. We're going to put blue at number 4. And we're going to put red at number 8. Now if you want to make this a little bit easier, if we connect these 3 together, we have a triangle. Okay? Our next set of colors are called secondary colors. Number 2, notice the word second in there. Number 2. Now, our primary colors are really important. They're the boss. We can't make these colors. They're in charge. Yellow, red, and blue, they're the boss. That's why they're number 1. Our secondary colors, they're made by mixing our primary colors together. So if I mix yellow and blue together, what color am I going to get? You should be saying green. And where is green going to go? Is green going to go at 10? Well, that doesn't make sense because green is made by mixing blue and yellow. Therefore, green needs to go right in the middle. So green's going to go at number 2. So we can go ahead and add green to number 2. When you mix red and blue together, what are you going to get? Now some of you may be saying purple, and purple is correct. However, purple's kind of like a nickname. So if your name is William and you go by Billy, purple's kind of like Billy. It's a nickname. So its formal name is called violet. Purple and violet are the same thing, but if you look at a color wheel, any color wheel that's created by different companies, they don't say purple, they say violet. If you mix red and yellow together, you're going to get orange, and orange is going to go at number 10. Our secondary colors are made by mixing our 2 primary colors together, and our secondary color gets placed in the middle. If I were to connect these secondary colors together, I'm going to get an upside down triangle, and notice that I'm creating a 6-pointed star. Now our third set of colors are called tertiary colors. And I just realized that doesn't really look like an R. Here we go, tertiary. Called tertiary colors. We call these our number 3 colors. Okay? Here's the boss. They're the boss. These guys are the boss. They're the primary colors. These are our secondary colors. They're made by mixing 2 primary colors together. They're our secondary colors. Now we have our tertiary colors. These are our third colors. And hopefully you can guess how you make them. Look at the amount of space that we have left in between. So if we've mixed our 2 primary colors together to make a secondary color, what 2 colors do you think we're going to mix together to make a tertiary color? If you said yellow and green, you're correct. But what are we going to call that color? Well, this is really easy. We're going to take these 2 colors and we're going to combine them together to make yellow-green. YG. We can take blue and green mixed together, makes blue-green. Blue and violet mixed together makes blue-violet. Red and violet mixed together, red-violet. Red and orange, red-orange. And yellow and orange, yellow-orange. Now I want you to notice, what do these colors all have in common? Yes, they're made by mixing a primary and a secondary color together. That is true. But I want you to notice which color is always labeled first. If you said primary color, you're correct. Why is the primary color always labeled first? Because they're the boss. They're in charge. So now, this is the color wheel. This is how it's set up. Now we also have a set of colors, kind of in the middle. They're called neutrals. And these are colors that are not on the color wheel. Now some of you may be thinking, pink. Well, pink is a tint of red. If I added white to red, I would get pink. But we're talking about neutral colors. So our neutral colors are black, white, gray, and brown. And there you have the color wheel. So a slightly different way of learning the color wheel, and hopefully if you think about the color wheel like you do a clock, you'll be able to understand it a little bit better. So practice it, learn it, and you'll know how to mix all your colors on the color wheel very quickly.